What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. Hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new collaborative album between the bands The Body and Krieg, entitled The Body and Krieg. This is released on At a Loss Recordings. Now, both of these bands are incredibly stylistically different from one another. On one end of the spectrum, you have The Body, who are probably one of the loudest, harshest, most nihilistic duos in all of extreme music, incorporating elements of sludge, experimental music, experimental metal. They are a very high-level sort of band of that style. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have Krieg, probably one of the most influential and important bands in the history of US black metal. Very amazing band with an incredible body of work and a very tireless work ethic. But a couple of years ago, the idea of a collaboration between The Body and Krieg, most notably Krieg's frontman Neil, they decided to come together to work up some possible ideas of what to bring to a record. Both of these bands delve into very dark, nihilistic, bleak and hateful sort of sounds, and it only makes the listener wonder what kind of ideas could be brought forward here. And The Body are one band that can very much excel at doing collaborations. They've done collaborative works with bands such as Brave Young, a collaboration with the Haxan Cloak, and most notably two different sort of collaborations with the band Thou. They also have a collaboration with Full of Hell coming out really, really soon, so I'm very interested to hear how that's going to go about. But then again, when you mention Krieg, not only are they an influential band in US black metal, but they also delve into differing musical styles outside of the norm. I mean, doing that Velvet Underground cover that they did for Venus in Furs, to even the Patrick Bateman EP, incorporating some very bleak and harsh sort of noises in their black metal sound. Really conceptual and unique stuff. But let's get into this collaboration at hand here. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37 minutes in length, and honestly, after giving this collaborative album many listens, you're going to find that both of these entities are going to collaborate extremely well here. You're not going to get what I would say is the normal mixture of metal that both of these bands are known for. You're going to get a lot of differing ideas, most notably industrial, drone, doom metal, harsh noise. All of those elements are very important here and are very well shown and played here. The main story of this album to me is the way these guitar riffs sound. They are extremely heavy and extremely plodding. I love the way that they sound here. Songs like Bottom of the Bottle, Bottom of the River, Celebrate Your Shame, just some incredibly heavy riff work being done here. It brings out that evil, sludgy side of this particular collaboration, and I really like the way that these riffs are very handled here. The way that the riffs are layered, the delivery, the execution. I think it sounds very awesome, and I think a lot of the bottom end of this release is handled a lot by the electronic aspects of things. Once again, you get that industrial sort of pulsation vibe going on. Going to a song like Carved Out and Caved In, it feels very much like an industrial sort of beat being represented on there. And then a song like Gallows, you get that sort of electronic industrial introduction going on, and you'll get all of those influences all throughout this entire record. It doesn't really feel too distracting. You're probably not even going to see it coming, because you wouldn't think that bands like these could incorporate elements like that into their music, but they do, and I think it really sounds phenomenal. The drum work on here is very awesome, very pulsating. You can easily tell the difference between what kind of drum styles are being represented on here, whether it be a natural sort of sound or a more electronic, droning, industrial sort of sound quality. It sounds fantastic, and I think the way things are handled on here sound very well. Everything has a great pace to it. Going to the song Never Worth Your Name, just the pace of that song is very slinky and dark. I love the way that the pace is on that song. It feels phenomenal. And when it comes to the vocals, you'll recognize who's who here, because the vocals are mainly handled by both Neil of Krieg and Chip of the Body. Chip has that very scary, shrieking, high-pitched sort of voice going on. It's very blood-curdling at times, but you know that's how he sounds. That's his very distinctive sort of vocal quality. I appreciate what he brings to this record here, and it feels like he's in pain. He's in a lot of strenuous pain. He's angry. He's pissed off. And not to mention Neil's vocals going on here too. His vocals are phenomenal to listen to. His roars, his screams, his growls, it just feels right. It brings that extra level of misanthropy and hatred that that this album is going towards. And I really like the fact that these two kinds of vocal styles work very well to their advantage here, especially for a release as bold and as daring as the Body and Krieg. So overall, if you're a fan of both respective bands, you're going to find something to enjoy here with this collaboration. If you happen to like one band but not the other, or the other way around, it's worth giving a shot and looking into. It's very much different from what you would expect. Don't come into this expecting just straight out, full out black metal or sludge metal. You're going to get a lot of differing sort of musical styles here, and I think that this collaboration works to both bands' advantages, and I'm very excited that this was made possible. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Bottom of the Bottle, Bottom of the River, Carved Out and Caved In, Never Worth Your Name, and the closing track, The Final Nail, which I think is amazing. So, I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the songs Bottom of the Bottle, Bottom of the River, and Celebrate Your Shame. And I will also link you to where you can purchase physical copy. It is available on CD, cassette, and 12-inch vinyl, and there are also bundle options available if there are still any, involving t-shirts, hooded jackets, and there's also patches of it and buttons available too. So, again, the collaboration is The Body and Krieg by The Body and Krieg. This is released on Adalas Recordings. Go check this out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 8.5 out of 10. Very hard-working release from two very respected bands from two very respected sort of music genres. So, if you've happened to have heard this album, let me know what you think of it, and let me know where you think it stands in their respective discographies. I believe that this Friday will be the official release date, so if there's a way you can listen to it and buy it, by all means do so. So, I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, runnerjma out.